Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to WrestleSlam, your weekly dose of wrestling. It is the only place you have to get in with the straight up Irish banter, Irish fun, and just everything wrestling related, of course. I am on hosting duties, of course, Mr. Matt himself. I don't know where the Mr. Matt came from, but we got the one, the only, the boss man himself. We got Jerry Colton with us. We got the man behind the camera, the man in front of the camera, the man with the soothing voice, Phil Connolly, and he was a hard man to track down because he's wanted in several counties, several around the place for, we would have said it's now possibly for illegally substituting wrestlers with wine gums, because he is the wine gum man. He is. Dino, what's the crack? Welcome back, Dino. How you doing that?
I'm doing good. Doing good. It's been a while.
It's been a long time, man.
Last time I was on the show was right before WrestleMania season, if I think so. Think back that far.
So yeah.
So yeah. WrestleMania. That's the independent show, is it? Yeah.
Nah, the independent show coming up anyways. Think it's let me think what's it called. Do you want to be a spaceman on Saturday evening?
Yeah.
Live in the pavilion, Rebel County Wrestling, bringing us an Oasis themed show right before the Oasis reunion next year.
Yeah, sure. That's the perfect way to do it. If you didn't get your tickets for Oasis, lads, like possibly many of us, then don't worry, RCW got your back. But like Dino said, we're going to be talking about RCW coming up. Do you want to be a spaceman at the PAV? If you haven't got your tickets yet and you decide to listen into this podcast now, trust me, you're going to buy your tickets straight after, because I think the main thing is before the show, the pre-show, you can actually hang out with us, the WrestleSlam team, alongside with the Five Marks. We will be talking to the fans. We'll be talking in.
Wait, the Five Marks are there?
Yeah.
The Five Marks are there, you know, yeah.
Oh God, not the Five Marks. We haven't. If any of you know Martin on the Five Marks and myself have a bit of a joke about us having a War Games match in Cork City at some point.
I volunteered Dino to take my place, so for the yeah, that's it. But yeah, so we're gonna be at the pre-show, lads. So if you want to come in, get your tickets, come in early.
What time is that on? Is that at 4:30, is it?
Should be on at 4:30.
Or is it 5? I think it's 5 actually.
Yeah, because doors are 5:30, so you probably be on before it.
Yeah.
We'll be on before it, yeah. So coming in, lads, early enough, and we'll have a chat, good talk. Again, open bar. What more do you want? Because we are going to be the hosts that's going to be hosting the entirety of RCW is Sesmoth, Martina, and Ganaccini will be hosting as well. I'm looking forward to see this. Jerry, you're a fan of Sesmoth and Ganaccini at this point now. What do you think?
Yeah, no, it's perfect way to host a show, lads. I'm one of the biggest Sesmoth fans. You know, I've been watching her since day one, since the Kaza G days, and Gadaccini is just a breath of fresh air. Absolutely love the two of them to bits. Great personalities, and they're going to add extra spice to the show, lads. And it's just very important for the people out there, like, because some people leave it late in Cork. It's a Cork thing where people leave it last minute, lads. Get your tickets ASAP. It's Monday right now. The show goes out Tuesday, so grab your tickets ASAP. But yeah, Sesmoth, Martina, Gadaccini, unbelievable guys. What a way to start. Building, you know, a major night of wrestling in Cork, and yeah, I'm looking forward to talking all things RCW, lads.
All things RCW. It's actually going to be a great show. Every RCW show is like Billy and his crew, and Luke Berry knows how to bring in banger after banger at each show. They feel like they're outdoing themselves every time, lads.
Yeah.
So,
and they're fueled. They're fueled by one thing and one thing only: Winegums.
That is Winegums. They keep that sugar level palms, like.
And I have to make that joke. And speaking of Winegums, I don't like to try and steal something, but Justy versus Raven Creed seems a very interesting match to me, especially coming from the Irish wrestling standpoint of how is Justy going to make it past Raven Creed when Raven Creed is on a hot streak? She only has one loss in RCW, and that loss is to Reardon O'Connor during their feud where it was Reardon versus Raven, and it's and Chris Connolly came in and ruined the finish. So we have the situation of Raven is on a non-stop winning streak, but you have basically the keys to the kingdom of Irish wrestling being Justy. So
It's very interesting. It really is. I think Raven will pick up the win on this one. I do. I really do.
Yeah, and because for those of you who got a chance, I got a chance to interview Raven before Hard Knocks this past Sunday. We were talking briefly about her match with Justy, and she doesn't have a game plan. She never does, but she basically says that Justy has no idea what he's stepping into the ring to. This is not the same Raven as she said that she was 15 years old, first training with him. Things have changed. So I'm going to assume that Raven will pick up the win for this one, but don't hold Justy down, lads. We all know him. He's
but here's my thing about Raven Creed. She's basically, so we have the whole joke of headbutt, helmet, 1, 2, 3, Raven wins lol. Yeah. That's literally the most predictable 2 moves in Irish wrestling at the moment. Because how many times has she used it to win? All of her times where a winning predicament happens is her hitting a headbutt, helmet, 1, 2, 3, Raven wins lol. It's the only unpredictability about Raven Creed is her being insane. The most unpredictable Irish wrestler is Justy, in my opinion. He has such a diverse moveset, and he has such a different style of wrestling. He's basically, what I'm going to say is, Raven Creed has aimed at the near top of Irish wrestling, and she's going to find out the hard way. When you aim at the top, she's going to get dropped, and it's going to be 1, 2, 3, Justy wins. Like every time before, I've seen Justy.
That's a bold call. That's a bold one. I like it. I like it.
Jay, what do you think?
It's a ballsy call, really. Actually, I have to admit it's good. It's good to have someone that, yeah.
It's the thing with Raven Creed. She's good, but I don't see her getting past Justy because she's become predictable. She says she's unpredictable, but like a headbutt and a knockoff Death Valley Driver is what I'm going to call it. That's it. 2 moves. Anyone can call that.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm still always going to be tired when it comes to Raven and Justy. But either way, I feel like we're going to be in for one hell of a match, like with Raven and Justy as well.
This match will be back tonight, lads.
If Raven Creed watches this podcast on Saturday, I'm hidden. I am not at the show.
No, come on.
I am not there. I'm hiding.
Come on, Dean. You need to step up.
I have to admit, like, it's a fair point. First of all, like, we're looking at a guy called Justy here, right? That's been in the game for a long, long time. This guy is an absolute veteran. He's up there with Joe Cabaret, all these guys. He's been around the block a long time. He's toured with Sami Zayn, Bret Hart. He's been AWR. You know, he's been with every organization in the country. I'm seeing a different side of Justy these last couple of months myself. He's definitely a man on a mission, and I think we're seeing a new side to Justy. But yet again, you know, you look at Raven Creed, you know, we spoke on the podcast the last couple of weeks, and we said, like, you know, if Raven decides, you know what I mean, to maybe pursue a full-time wrestling career in the UK or America, she can do that. If she moved to America in the morning and followed in the footsteps of Anita Vaughn, we'd see Raven Creed in all the shows in the UK and across Europe. She's super, super talented, an absolute machine in the ring. And yet again, guys, this is a match that we're not often used to seeing. You know, like when you see Irish wrestlers team up and they face each other. But Justy, Raven Creed, for me, as Phil said, could be match of the night. And yet again, it's explosive. They're well-rounded. You know, great characters. It's I'm
gonna. Sorry, no, Jerry, for interrupting you. I'm gonna throw a bit of a spanner in the works. What if we see the Joker again in this match?
It's been how long? When was the last time we saw him? It was about 2 months ago.
We saw him in June.
Yeah, June.
But the situation. So I don't. We all know who it was. It's very obvious who it was. But and he's also on the show on Saturday. So is it going to be a thing of, is Raven versus Justy going to go on first, or is it's, and you know who will come out and wreck that match, or since Billy Bedlam's match is a championship match, will Raven Creed come out and wreck that match as a revenge for Steve Savage?
That's the whole thing about wait and see how we'll see what we're in for. This could be good.
But
Yeah.
I feel like RCW relies on unpredictability, because I know how you guys said that this would be the match of the night. There's one match that I have my eyes on, and I think we all have my eyes on, and that's the real deal Andy Steele taking on the Bull CBL in a bull rope match, lads.
Yeah. Is this the
Now,
first
I'm
ever
gonna be
bull
honest,
rope match in Cork, is it?
I think the first ever bull rope match in Cork, yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember.
And,
I don't remember in my time from going back. I don't remember ever seeing one. I could be
We had
wrong.
ladder match.
They had a
I know
ladder
we've had ladder matches,
Yeah, they had a
and I
ladder
know we've certainly had mental match types. Like, I know in the CCW days there was a scrap outside Penrose Quay,
Yeah.
it was.
but like
Yeah.
that. This is the first time I think a bull rope match is in wrestling in Ireland.
Yeah,
don't
I
know
think
about
because
There might have been one of those.
CBL, we had a chat with him so many times. He loves to bring like nuances to Irish wrestling. He even said so himself. So every time we see Andy Steele and CBL getting in the ring, we don't know what we're gonna expect. Like the latest match, they know how to go all out. So putting a bull rope in the middle of the lads.
But we know what to expect from a savior match at this point. Savior run-in. Let's just put it there. Will Owen Richards come out and help Andy?
He might.
Yeah.
It's possible.
And anytime when any of the saviors in the match is like there's another savior member just around the corner, like.
Well, Anita Vaughan is no stage.
Anita's an import anyway, so at this point, I don't think we'll see her in the saviors in Cork anytime soon, unless there's a big storyline planned for her.
Yeah.
I think Anita has grown past the saviors. I think the saviors should just be a tag team, and Anita just go out on her own in Cork. Because like when she was the Phoenix Wrestling Champion, like look who she beat. She beat Raven Creed. Then she beat Debbie Keitel. Like two of the best women's wrestlers Ireland has to offer. She beat them. Like she could beat Owen Richards with one punch. Like she is the best Cork cast offer in wrestling.
So that's a bold statement now to Dean, lad. Well, Jay, what do you think, lad?
Yeah, I said, like this is why Dean's on the show, first of all, because he'll say he's not afraid to put across his opinions, and that's what I respect. Yeah, I think Dean's insight is very interesting. I think what he says has got me thinking every time. I've got my own theories, but when Dino says something, I do think, and I'm like, right, he has a point. Yeah, I first of all look, Andy Steele, CBL. There's a bit of history there in Cork with the two of them. We've seen the first match, and then obviously, like, you know what I mean, we're seeing what's happening now. I don't see Owen Richards get involved in Andy's match. That's my opinion. I don't think Anita's coming back, although I would not be surprised. Now, as we know, doing the RCW special, the Super Show is upon us, guys. And I believe Anita will be at the Super Show. Because the Super Show is going to be a Super Show. It's like the WrestleMania for RCW in a sense.
Yeah.
I'm just one of these people like where I genuinely believe that Anita will be in America very, very soon. If not towards the end of the year, next year, definitely. I've said it to her personally, and I think I probably say it to her nearly every 2-3 weeks. I always say, don't forget me now when you're super famous.
Either America or Japan, because I just had this conversation with Ray Reed about, but that's the big country for people to go over wrestlers. Go on, Dean.
Especially for women's wrestling, I would kill to see Anita Vaughan in Stardom. I would love to see a match against like her, Mayu Iwatani, and like some of the best Japan has to offer. Imagine imagine if she got into NXT and had a match with Julia of all people. That'd be a match of the year contender, I'd say. Anita versus Julia, if you think about it.
It's there. It's there if she wants it, lads. I'm going to say the same with Raven Creed. Raven, if Raven pursues the professional career and she moves to the UK or bases herself in America, which I've said so many times, Raven and Anita are on a level where they can both do it. Debbie's the same as Seshmont Martina. Yeah. But like just in regards to, I suppose we're talking Anita, yeah, she's just incredible. And you know what I mean? It's one of them things, guys. It's only a matter of when and what time. But I said the same thing to Aoife Cusack for years and years and years. You know, when I interviewed her when she first came on camera and this and that, I was like, look, you're bound for WWE, and look at her now. She's main star roster, and so yeah, no, fair point. Yeah, if Anita turns up, great. It'd be brilliant. You know, Rio, we know Rio's there, bit of history, but yeah.
That's what I was going to mention. We're going to talk about female wrestlers. I was going to mention Rio. She's getting a lot of recognition over in the UK.
Yeah, I love the promo that Reardon and Chris had to do as a joke, where they made a joke being like, yeah, the Fed didn't get her yet, or the Elite, because like it's only a matter of time before she's gone, especially because like WWE had the Clash of the Castle tryout and she was there. She was also security at All In for I think it was the Jamie Hayter return.
Yeah.
Like it's only a matter of time, and it's just
rumor has it, lads, there's a contract on the table already.
And
I think he signed it apparently.
Yeah, well, like what Strong Style said, the Fed's out coming after her soon, like in a good way, so there will be a contract. But I think that's why I'm actually gonna have to say I'm pulling for Strong Style against No Money, No Problems at this one, lads.
I'm saying it's going to be More Money, More Problems retained, because I feel like if it does happen where if Strong Style win the belts and what Jerry said about Rio signing a contract, that's going to be bad unless they go back to the tag team belts that we have, because all the trios championship is the tag team belt plus one.
Yeah, they could go back to the trios title because we all know that Rhea will be picked up soon. So I can see it go back to the tag team titles online. But yeah, and also I think it's mainly because I'm going for Strong Style, because I looked at this $100 bill that J Money got. And if you happen to look closely, there happens to be a line in it. And I took it to the bank and they said they don't accept it. So lads, I'm kind of betrayed right now with More Money, No Problems. So that's the real reason why, lads. Not going to give my reason.
Matt, you realize they're fake.
Why do you think I brought it to the bank and they said we don't accept it because they happen to have a line? See, lied to me, lads. They lied to me. Boy, what do you think about the match now? It's pure science. But
what?
And I was like, what's everyone's final thought, final prediction on the match of Strong Style versus More Money?
I think Strong Style will win. I don't know why. I just think a heel team is better.
Yeah. Jay, what about you?
More money, more problems. J Money, box office. G Money, box office. Debbie, box office. Chris Conley, box office. Rio, box office. Reardon O'Connor, box office. Silky smooth. But no, I just have a feeling More Money, more problems are going to take the win. I think Rio is going to go on an absolute fucking warpath destruction and get disqualified, and just the match will go to the More Money, More Problems.
Ooh, that could also happen.
I think we're going to actually see a member debut for Strong Style. I say we're going to see a bit of. I said we're going to see someone join Strong Style.
Who?
Because I feel I'm trying to think who on the card would make sense as a member of Strong Style at the moment. Like, obviously, I think for all the world, I think it wouldn't be Raven because she has history with Reardon. That wouldn't work out. I could always see someone who's not booked being Dino Power go into it. I could like having two big men being Chris and Dino, like kind of having the brute force of strong style being the two of them.
Great call.
Reardon being the mouthpiece and Rio basically being the scrap, like.
Yeah.
And then like that's my view on it anyway.
Yeah,
I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good call. Very good call.
And we will talk about like there's so many good wrestling stables going on in the Irish scene. Definitely the Saves of Destiny's up there. And we were talking about Andy Steele and CBL, but lads, Owen Richards has his hands full as he's going to be taking on he's actually taking on the two debuts of the New Japan Pro Wrestling Tag Champion, which is Graham Maloney and Danny Jones. Dino, I know you're full of thoughts about this one.
Well, let me get started. One half of the IWGP Junior Tag Team Champions being Drilla Dan Maloney, and then you have one half of the Greedy Souls. So basically, you have two tag team wrestlers going into a match with a singles wrestler. So I really can't. You can't actually put a thing on it because Dan Maloney, there was actually a post he put up recently. So the weight limit for a junior heavyweight is 220 pounds. He's 199 pounds of pure just absolute destruction. And then you have Danny Jones being basically one of the best tag team wrestlers in England. So and like they're going into a match with Owen Richards, who arguably wins his matches on nefarious means. Why doesn't the ref disqualify him? Beats me.
Yeah. Jay, what about yourself?
You
I know you're
you reckon after this match Haskins returns?
Haskins won't be at the show this time. That was confirmed because like there's no Rebel X title match.
Okay.
So no Haskins. I'd say November we see the unification match, and Owen Richards will win the unification match, and then December will be the Super X match, which probably will be so Terry Thatcher is already in the final. Saturday has O'Mari, Danny Cross, Fabio Martin Steers. I'm saying it now. Danny Cross is going to win that match because Fabio Martin have too much history going on to be like to focus on the tournament. And then I feel O'Mari's just there to fill out a spot.
Yeah.
Okay, Jay, what do you think, lad?
Yeah, look, first of all, huge fan of Dan Maloney. Absolutely adore Owen Richards. You know, we've been part of his journey for a long time, you know, since prior to becoming RCW champion. I always remember him in the Kino, the Circus Factory. Just, you know, he plays a vital role within Cork wrestling. This is one of the best triple threat matches going, guys. That match alone is just fucking box office. Yeah, I just suppose I do see Owen coming through. You know, he offers more to the brand, I suppose, being champion and, you know, just all around great wrestler. But yeah. I think look,
I'm going to make a bold claim. Actually, I think Billy Bedlam and Butch is going to main events.
I was going to say real quick about Owen Richards before we move on. Was like I saw on his Instagram post that today marks 365 days as RCW champion.
And it was confirmed Triple Threat is the main event of the night.
Okay.
When the post for confirming Dan Maloney was posted, it was confirmed that's the main event.
Yeah, and we'll move on to the possibly second main event, which is the IWA champion. Butch Armstrong will be defending against Billy Bedlam himself, the man himself. That's a big match, I think, lads. There's a big announcement.
It's hard because only a few months ago he couldn't even walk.
All right, Phil, we'll get your thoughts first. What do you think, lad?
I think Billy will lose, but I think I'm surprised this match. I didn't even know this was happening, and we talked to Billy, and he just kind of like, okay, I'm wrestling on this show.
Yeah, Billy's a man of surprises. We
He
know him
really
by
is
now.
a man of a lot of surprises.
Yeah.
What's
He was back in the ring at the last one we were at as well.
He was. He was back out of the pre-show. So all the reasons to show up to the pre-show now, lads. Not just for us now, for the unpredictability.
Anything could happen, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Butch
I could-
will win. Butch will win this one.
Yeah, I could see Butch retaining the title actually himself, but that's just me saying a lot. Billy might actually pull up a win. Dino, you're buzzing to get your thoughts out. Let's go to you, buddy.
sorry now. JDP running. That's it. That's all I'll say. JDP running.
Okay. JDP
Because
running.
that it's not going to end. It's not going to end clean. Because at last show, JDP attacked Butch. JDP will attack him again. It's going to end in a disqualification.
Maybe.
Yeah, bold statement. Jay, what about yourself?
Yeah, it's a match that came out of nowhere, lads. Billy Bellum was full of surprises. Yet again, mentioned nothing really for the RCW special, but he always has a trick up his sleeve. Interesting one. I'm just going to say Dino's prediction now is going to put something into my head, but I'm kind of leaning towards disqualification and Billy gets the win.
Ooh. There's a Billy Bow one now. I'm still love Billy to bits, but I'm gonna have to go with Butch Armstrong. I mean, that's how it looks so good. I saw matches of him online, and he is a fighting champion now, lads. But if Billy can actually pick up the win, that'd be no surprise. Billy still has plenty in the tank. Like you said, we saw him at the last RCW show at the big pre-show. So yeah, I think like we said at the very beginning, RCW just full of predictions at this point. And speaking of unpredictabilities, it is going to be the Super X qualifier tournament. It is O'Mahony taking on the returning Danny Cross, taking on Fabio, taking on Martin Steers in a fatal four-way. Oh my days. You know what? Next CBL and Andy Seal, this is probably the match I'm looking forward to the most, because we know with the Rebel X division in Rebel County Wrestling, there's so much that's going to be going on, so much bodies jumping over the line.
Yeah.
I'm personally gonna have to go for Terry Thatcher is still up for the title, is he?
Yeah, Terry's in for December.
For December, right? Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I can. I'm gonna go bold and say this now, but I can see Martin Steers gonna pick up this one. I think.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
No.
I think it's Fabio Martin will end up having a brawl outside of the ring and forget, oh look, we're in a tournament qualification match, and it'll either be, I think O'Mahony's getting a second chance, which I don't think should have happened. You lost your first qualifier. You shouldn't be in another one. It should be a one and done thing. Like, you shouldn't get another opportunity. So I'm saying it's Danny Cross.
Yeah, Jerry, what do you think?
Yeah, it's a tricky one. Like, you look at the lineup. First of all, for that match is incredible. All deserve to be a champion, and all will be future Rebel X Division champions. Yeah, I suppose leaning towards Danny Cross, given that Terry, Fabio, and Martin have a bit of history. But look, I'm going to be bold, and I'm going to say Martin Steers, lads.
I'm going Martin Steers mainly because he's been on a huge roll recently. Congratulations to Martin Steers again for winning the Hard Knocks title against LJ Cleary.
He's currently the interim champion.
Is he currently the interim champion?
Yeah, don't get me started on how confused I am about Hard Knocks. So we have had 5 interim about 3 or 4 interim champs. So that's all I'll say.
Is he
like,
actually
I know,
champion, do you know?
PPW announced that it's an interim championship because Sammy D is defending his title in PPW soon. So it is confirmed interim championship.
Yeah, well, congratulations, Martin says regardless anyway, lads.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm going to say one thing about the Rebel X division, and it's a bit of a criticism in my opinion. It's too predictable.
You think so?
So basically now this is what I'm going to say. Fabio won the belt, retained it once, then lost it. Robbie X won the belt, retained it once, lost it. So, like, it just feels too predictable for that belt. Like, I know in December it's going to be very unpredictable because of we don't know who the champ will be going into the match. And it's going to be whoever wins these 3 matches. So far, Terry, the winner of Saturday, and the winner of the November show, going to face the champ on the December show.
Did Robbie X not defend that title twice? No, he
I
lost
thought
on the
he,
third.
I thought he did as well.
Yeah.
So he won it at the Good Friday show. No, he won it in February, defended it in March, lost it in June.
Wasn't there a show though? Yeah, I think he defended it. He won and defended it twice. What I recall.
I know. So I know Fabio had it in. So last November, Fabio won it. Then he retained it in December, lost it in February to Robbie X. Then Robbie won it. Then he retained it on Good Friday. Then we didn't have a show till I think it was Robbie, Fabio, Martin, and Reardon in the one where he won the belt. He lost it then to Mark Haskins in that fatal 4-way.
Yeah.
So and then the one that he retained it in was the one that was Leighton Buzzard, Fabio.
Okay. All right. Well, that's RCW, lads. That is that is the layout for RCW. That is Simon. Lads, I'm buzzing for RCW. Do you want to be a spaceman, or do you want to be a spaceman? To comfort those who are missing out on Oasis, we got some good old-fashioned wrestling independent. And I would just say, not just go to RCW because RCW has been good to us, been amazing, but you're going to be in for one amazing shows every time you show up, lads. Jerry, your thoughts?
Yeah, can't wait. Absolutely love RCW. You know, since day one. They've been so good to us since day one. You know, we're the official media partners for them, and I'm just looking forward to what's ahead. You know what I mean? The Super Show, and beyond. But like, it's just every card gets better and better, and just buy your tickets ASAP, guys. You know, because it's you know what I mean. This is huge for Cork wrestling, guys. You know.
Very huge. Phil, what about yourself?
Yeah, no, it's going to be a fabulous show, and as we always say, it gets better and better every show. I'm expecting this one to be their best one yet.
Yeah. We got the RCW Super Show down the line. I know we're going to be there. You're going to be there. Those who are watching, after you see this show, you're going to want to go to the next one, lads. Dino will be there handing out wine gums, so that'll be the main thing.
I may not.
Maybe. Never say never, Dino, lad. But now that we're going to move on real quick, I think everyone has catch up on another show called AEW, of course. I
know we only have 2 minutes, so I'm just going to be really fast.
Yeah.
I will say this is my favorite ever AEW pay-per-view, and I'm going to leave it at that. And that's all I'm going to say.
Marks.
Yeah.
You almost killed
We witnessed murder. We witnessed 2 murders on our national television.
Yeah, I think that's how you get everyone's attention watching AEW. Commit murder, and then you'll be like, you'll have a 5-star mark show. So well played. And
you commit arson on a Wednesday, commit murder on a Saturday.
Exactly. And real quick to WWE is that, again, like Jerry said, recording this on a Monday, post on Thursday. but Bret Hart is in talks to return to Raw tonight.
Yeah.
Some
hopefully McIntyre says something about Goldberg to him and he cries and goes away.
That's something it is, but he will be confronting a man named Gunther because Bret Hart admits he hates open hand chops. So let's see what is he going to give him the girl veteran talk. But yeah, we're wrapping up there. That's what's going on, wrestling lads. Tickets to RCW. Do you want to be a Spaceman in the PAV this Saturday at the 4th of September? Get your tickets now. Doors open at 5:30. First bell 6 o'clock, and we'll be there for pre-show. Talk to you later, guys. Dino, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.